Hey YouTube, it is that time of the month where we pick our TBR. So we do this in a game that I play with my daughter where we have TBR cards and they have prompts on them, and then we both pick a book for that card, and then we play War with Uno cards. These are our decks to see who is going to pick the book that goes on my TBR. As always, my shelves are over here. These are books that I haven't read, and we'll be picking all books exclusively off of that. So I'll share the prompt with you, and then we'll both pause. We'll go see our pick our books, and then we will come back and see who won on the war cards. So let's look at our first prompt. First one has flowers on the cover, so that's pretty easy. We've got tons of books with flowers, so let's go see what we both pick. I feel like she's eyeing something. I don't want her to eye, so we'll go see what she picks. All right, we'll be right back. All right, book talk. This is her pick. She picked In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. We've got some flowers up here and in the back. This is a independent standalone romance series taking place in Roman, Kentucky. These are all just really cute small town romances. So fun light reads for the summer. And then I picked How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days. You can see we've got flowers everywhere. This is a cozy fantasy. We have a goblin and a halfling who both inherited a house, split custody on it. So they go in together trying to like convince one of each other to move out. And then obviously they find love and romance. So two very cute little cozy romances for summers. We got our stack of cards over here. You want to flip yours? And I'll flip mine. I got a 7. She's got a 5. That means I win. If anybody watched last month's video, you know that she stomped me and won every single book on my TBR. So I am the winner, and that means I'm going to be adding How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days to my July TBR. I think this will be really good for hopefully some of my Herkid prompts. I'm going to be checking that. We're not going to pick any books specifically for Herkid this month, but we are going to be thinking about them as we're picking books out. So let's see what the next prompt is. The next prompt is a green book. Hopefully we can find one with monsters. All right, so we're going to go and find us a green book. All right, so we got our picks. She's picked Reclaimed. It's kind of a tealy blue, but I'll let her get away with green. I did read the first book of this series a couple months ago, so this would be continuing that series. I think there's 3 books out on it. I don't know if that's all of them. They're being republished, formally published, so that's why they've got the beautiful sprayed edges. I picked up Game On, so I read the first 2. I really liked Lights Out. The Caught Up was okay, but I'm looking forward to Game On. So I picked this one up because I'd love to finish that series. Plus she's got a new series coming out, so I gotta finish this one. So let's see who won. I'm gonna flip mine up, and she's gonna flip hers up. I got a 2 and she got a 5, so she has 1. That means we're gonna be continuing our werewolf drama. I enjoyed the first one. I definitely thought it was cleaner than I thought it was going to be. I thought this would be a little more smuttier than it was, but I still really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely looking forward to finishing that series. So let's check out what our next prompt is going to be. Oh, that was the green book one. Book with a name in the title. So we're looking for a person of the character, a name in the book. So let's see what we can find over there on the shelf. Okay, now we've got books with names in the title. She picked Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I know she read this already and really loved it, and it was in my LGBTQ plus video as a recommended read. So sounds like a good time. This is a romance. We have one of our characters, I think, is dealing with grief. She's also got a sister with a terrible boyfriend. Like it's a lot of stuff, but right person, right time. Cute little lesbian romance. I picked Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. This is a newer book out that everybody's been reading. This is about a person who's about to be a 30-year-old virgin, so she's figured out she's got to get over her crippling anxiety and date. So these are the 2 books that we picked. So let's see. You want to flip your card? and I'm gonna flip mine. I got a 7 and she got a 5. So I win. So let's see what the next I'm winning all this time. No extra books either. Oh, cool. This is going much better for me. Book with a place in the title. Oh, we're all about titles today. A book with a place in the title. So we'll have to see what we got for that. Okay, so with book in the place, she picked Angus Albert's Mystical Cat Shelter, which is a really cute book. This is written by the same person who wrote the Encyclopedia of Fairies, and this is about a cat shelter. There's some wizards, some magics. It's all good fun. They got this cool like hardback, you know, without the dust cover. I'm so into this for books. And then I went ahead and picked The Cellar. This is one of our Natasha Preston's thrillers. She's a young adult thriller. My daughter is a fan and has purchased all these, so I'm working my way through. I thought it would give me a little bit of variety by putting a thriller in there. So let's see what cards we drew. She got an 8 and I got a 3. So we're reading about our Mystical Cat Shelter. Pretty excited about this. Oh, we also have a signed copy. I just now realized this. Our book is signed. Woman who runs a cat rescue in the 1920s turns to a grouchy but charming musician to help shape her shelter in this heartwarming, cozy fantasy. So, add it to the TBR. So let's see what our next prompt will be. And this one is an animal on the cover. Oh, we're gonna have more cats. All right, let's go find us some books. All right, so animals on the cover. She picked The Wiener Across the Way. You can see the little wiener dog is over here. This is the second book in this series. Amy Award writes hilariously funny with plus-sized heroines, but they're also football romances. So she was independently published. I don't know if she's still independently published or not. I'm not seeing a publisher on here. So I think she's independently published. We found her on a couple of places. Yeah, it's a great book. Great writer, fun time. This one I picked up is the Kamigawa Food Detectives Menu to Happiness. I've read a bunch of these already. They're very cute, translated from Japanese. It's about the food detective is a guy who people are like, you know, my mom used to make this food, or my aunt or my uncle or somebody, or I went to this one restaurant this one time, and the guy does detective work to figure out how to recreate that recipe based on very minimal details they're able to get them. But it's very cute. Cute little stories. So definitely recommend reading these series if you haven't. So let's see which one I'm going to be reading in July. I got a 6 over, and she got a 1. I should have known she lost because she's been over there frowning. All right, so I'm going to be adding the Kamigawa Food Detective Menu to Happiness to my TBR. So let's see what the next prompt is. The next one is a red book. We're getting some interesting prompts. So let's go see what we can find in red. All right, for our red book, she picked The Wolf, the Crown, and the Blood. This is a werewolf, obviously, romantasy, an immortal assassin, doomed princess with a pact of blood with a love that defies gods. So this is an enemy to lovers, forbidden love, slow burn. And they said it was wildly spicy. So my notes from way back in the day. So this is one of our lore books. We've got the beautiful sprayed edges on it. And I picked, just to try to get variety, Assassins Anonymous by Rob Hart. This is supposed to be a funny. It says Mark was the most dangerous killer for hire in the world, but after learning the hard way that his life work made him more of a monster than a man, he left it all behind and joined the 12-step group for reformed killers. So this is supposed to be a little funny. Assassins Apprentice Anonymous. So let's see who won. I got a draw and she got a 2. So I'm going to be reading Assassins Anonymous, and I get to add a book of my own choosing to the TBR at the end. So I'm going to save that for later. And let's see what our next prompt is that we're going to be looking at. And this says, I think I got 2. Nope, I only got 1. contemporary romance. So we have a ton of those, so it'll be easy to find them. So let's see what we get. For contemporary romance, she's got My Fair Senoritas, For Love and Tacos. This is when when college sweethearts reunite in an unexpected, bumpy quest for the smoothest spirit. They'll prove that nothing pairs better with tacos than tequila. So, little fun Mexican romance. I picked up Model Behavior. This is a book I bought independently, published from the author off of TikTok probably. I bought a whole bundle of these for her, but they're also on my 26 to read in 26 because I haven't read all of them yet, and so this is the first one on that list, so that's why I picked this one. This is her brother made her untouchable, but that won't stop his best friend and her new roommate from pursuing her. A lot of them are the main people in this character's like in a band and stuff, so kind of cool. Small town romance. This is called Wrecked Roommates series. So let's see, I got a 6 and she got a 6. So when we tie in this game, I add both books. So I will be reading both of these books in the month of July. So that's really good for the books. So let's see what our next prompt will be. Our next prompt is a romantasy book. So something romantasy, and I got a bunch of those. Fantasy, we had to check, make sure we got romantasy and not monster romance, because I feel like those are two separate things. So I went ahead and picked The Wicked Sea. This is a version of Little Mermaid retelling. Mermaid Zephyra of the Seal dreams of freedom on the run from a dangerous sorcerer. After years of torment, she sheds her tail, grows legs, and hid herself on the land in the marrow-loathing kingdom of Mortia. She survives by stealing and bartering on dirty streets until she's arrested and sentenced to death by a warlock. He is beautiful, strong, and he has got some curse, and there's a fabled kingdom, and we got fantasy vibes going on. And then she picked Half City. This one was super popular everywhere not too long ago. This is the Harker University for Deviant Defense. Keep your dagger sharp and your wits even sharper. I'm pretty sure this is a demon hunting school, and I think she falls for somebody who's secretly a demon. So these are both really good romantasy reads, and let me draw my card, and she's gotten hers. Ooh, we both got, these are auto loses, so we're gonna draw again. I'm not gonna add them both. We're gonna draw again, and I got a wild, and she got a 7, which means that my book won, and I can add another book to my TBR at the end of our video. So The Wicked Sea is the winner. Let's see what our next prompt is. There we go, paranormal romance. So we definitely got tons of those. So let's go find us some books. Paranormal romance, she's gone with The Wolf King. This is a werewolf romantasy. I want to mark you as mine, and I can think of countless ways I would do it. Countless ill-advised, highly pleasurable ways I would do it. And I picked Tusk Love. This is written by the people who do Critical Role, where they play D&D online. I don't know much about this except for daughter of a merchant who their family wants her to marry a noble house. She doesn't want to because she has fallen in love with somebody else. So this looks really cute. And let's see who is going to win. I have drawn a 6. And as she creeps in, she got a 0. So I'm going to be reading Tusk Love from the Critical Role series. I'm very excited about that. So let's see what our next prompt is. And this will be our last prompt. We're always really sad to quit playing the game. And she's going to be really sad about this because the pick is husband's pick, which means Nate, my husband, gets to pick some books. So let's go see what kind of books he thinks looks interesting on my shelf, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so my husband went to the shelves, and he does not read a lot of these books, but he did pick up Darcy's Attention Seeker book. We're big fans of Darcy and Jer. We love their story. We follow their TikTok videos, and I was very eager to get his book when it came out, and I'm actually looking forward to reading this one. I think it'll be a really great one, and I love that Mercury Stardust is quoted on the back. We have her book too, Safe and Sound. So definitely think this will be a good one. I think I should take this on vacation and share it because we're going on family vacation in July and there's a lot of people who may enjoy this book. And then I let him pick two, and he also picked Rock Bottom Girl from Lucy's Score. This is one of our blind date picks. So this is a fake dating romance. We have a downsized, broke, and dumped 38-year-old Marley sneaks home to her childhood bedroom in town. She can't wait to escape 20 years. Not much has changed. And she runs into somebody and they make a deal, obviously, and they fall in love, obviously, because that's how we love our romances. So I'm going to add both of these to my TBR. I do get a lot more red in July because we don't have to take the kids anywhere. It's like, I don't know, the schedule's easier. I don't know, I don't like the outside. So this is our full TBR, so let's run through it. Forgot that I got to add 2 additional books from my TBR myself because of my draws and wilds. So I went to my 26 and 26 list, and I'm picking up The New Couple in 5B because I did not get a thriller on my July TBR. So I'm going to add this one. I don't remember what it's about because it's on my 2026 and means I've had it the longest. And then I also picked up Heaven Breaker. I bought this. I literally bought this because it was really pretty. And they had like a buy 2 get 1 sale. So I don't really know anything about it except for I cannot stop death, but I can make it think twice. Stars burn and so do I. This is obviously a fantasy romantasy. The Duke of the powerful house of Hauteclair is the first to die with my dagger in his back. So obviously we are an assassin. He didn't see it coming, didn't anticipate the bastard daughter who was supposed to die with her mother on his order. He should have left us with the rest of the station's starving common rubbish. So sounds good. So we're going to add those also to my TBR. So let's do a quick run through of everything that made it onto my July TBR. We're all situated here, so let's go through all the books that will be on my July TBR from our game that we just played. First up, I've got Rock Bottom Girl from Lucy's Score. I have not read any Lucy's Score romance yet. I'm interested though. I've got a couple that I got from Goodwill, and then this one we got in a blind date. So this one I know is a fake dating. We've got a girl, she feels like she's hit rock bottom. She crawls back to her small town home. Obviously, she finds herself in a fake dating situation with the PE soccer coach. So interesting. A little bit of side kind of sports, maybe a little bit. So this will be on our July TBR. Next, we've got Heaven Breaker. This is on my 26 and 26. I've got it on a deal, probably buy 2 get 1 free, mostly because it has beautiful sprayed edges. It was really gorgeous looking when I picked this up. This was off my 26 and 26 list. This one we have a girl who was a bastard who just killed her dad. That's how the thing starts out. So it sounds like we're taking down the established leadership. So this is going to be probably a really fun, interesting romantasy read. I believe it's a romantasy. I don't even know if there's romance in it. There's nothing left, just icy white rage and the need to make the house pay, every single one of them. They talk about war and nobles. Looking forward to reading this. Next is The New Couple in 5B. Lisa Unger is a thriller writer. A couple inherits an apartment with a spine-tingling past in this haunting and propulsive thriller. Rosie and Chad Lowen are barely making ends meet in New York City when they receive life-changing news. His late uncle has left them a luxury apartment in historic Windermere, glorious Maury Hill. I have no idea where that is, but somebody in New York does, right? It's got pre-war elegance, impeccably uniformed doormen. The building is the epitome of old New York charm. One would almost never suspect the dark history lurking underneath. So, good time read. We also picked up Darcy's Attention Seeker, a neurodivergent comedian's guide to surviving and thriving with ADHD. This is a fun run. We love Darcy and Jer. We've been following their story. I'm looking forward to reading his book that came out this year. Next, we've got Assassins Anonymous by Bob Hart. This is a funny book. It's about a guy who has been a long time an assassin, and he has decided that maybe he shouldn't be an assassin anymore, and so he's trying to retire, but it is not easy. So he has joined a 12-step program to help him not be a killer anymore. So this just sounds super fun, light little read for the summer. Next, we have My Fair Senorita, Love and Tacos and Tequila. This is two people looking to find the smoothest tequila. And in that quest, they find a little more than good tequila. Next, I have Model Behavior. This is by Kelsey Ray. This is in her Roommates series. I bought these off her TikTok shop. This is an independently published book. This is a romance where her brother made her untouchable, but that won't stop his best friend, her new roommate, from pursuing her. So sweet little hometown romance series. Next, I've got Reclaimed. This is the second book in the Shadowed Beast Shifters. This is a werewolf story. I read the first one like a month ago. Rejected, so Reclaimed is out. There is a third one that's out already. I don't know if there's more in this series than that. And these are getting like officially published with beautiful sprayed edges. So if you're looking for some more shifter romances, there you go. Next I have How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days. This is about a goblin and a halfling who both inherited the same cottage. I don't know how that happened. But they both insist they want to live there, so they move in together to aggravate the other to get them to move out. Upon that failing, maybe a little romance burns. Forced proximity romance. So also think it'll be really funny. Then I got the Kamagabi Food Detectives, Menu to Happiness. This, I think, is the third book in this little series of the Food Detective. These are cute little stories where you have a chef who he finds the food of people's memories and childhood by some details. They'll come in and be like where they had it and some things that they note about it and what their mom called it or whatever. And then he will like track down the information about it and replicate this dish of their memory. These are really good, nice reads. These are translated from Japanese. So definitely recommend the read. Next, we'll be reading Albert Agnes's Mystical Cat Shelter. This is written by the Emily Wilde Encyclopedia of Fairies writer. This is her newest series. We got a beautiful signed copy in here. But this is about a woman who has a cat shelter, and she asked a grouchy but charming musician to help her with some problems. Should be a really fun time. Next, I got Femi Burma's Gonna Lose It. This is about a 30-year-old virgin who has crippling social anxiety, getting out there, dating, and finding love so that she's no longer a 30-year-old virgin. Next, I got Tusk Love. This is done by the Critical Role team. If you watch people who play D&D online, you may recognize them. This is about a girl. She's a merchant's daughter. He's wanting her to marry up into a noble, but obviously she just wants to marry for love and be free to make her own choices. And we've got an orc here, so monster romance. And then last but not least, I got The Wicked Sea. This is a Little Mermaid retelling, romantasy book. I'm really excited about this one. We've got our mermaid person trying to escape an evil sorceress. She grows legs. She hides in the woods. There's, political turmoil. She gets caught thieving to support herself. I got this beautiful reflective pink version. Very excited to read this in the month of July. So that is all the books on my physical TBR for the month of July. I do have a couple other things I'll be reading. If we don't finish it in June, I'll be finishing Rhythm of War from Brandon Sanderson. I will also be working on Rules for the Summer from Megan Quinn as part of one of our family book club books. And then I also am going to be starting, I think, All the Skills as a lit RPG series. The next one comes out in August, and I'm meaning to catch up with my friends so I can read the new one with them. So that is our July TBR. Thanks.